take their places in our society, today's children. A large topic in our nation right now is the government's involvement in education. Whether we have kids or we don't have kids, we've probably heard something about it. So, if we look at history, we are shown two different ways to deal with education in America. And these are very important topics, so we will look at the two sides. Early America did things much differently than we do now. That was probably already known to you. But here are a few examples. The first public school in America was called Boston Latin School. It was started by a group of Puritan settlers. This is a picture of a Benjamin Franklin statue that's near the site of the Boston Latin School. Specifically, a reverend named John Cotton was the one who started this school. And it was held privately in a home and funded by the people of the town. Another example of how education was done and how the government was involved in it in the old days was that in 1647, the Old Duluth-Satan Act was put into place. Now, they got this idea from the idea that Satan, if the children are not educated, will take that chance to delude the minds of those children as well as the future of the society. Here we see the government calling for towns to set up schools at different points. So if there were 50 households in a town, they were called to hire one teacher to teach their children how to read and write, as well as to teach them from the Bible. When a town reached up to 100 households, they were to set up a grammar school that would educate their children all the way up to the level of the university. Here you see maximum local control. The parents in the community were the ones who would fund it, and they would be the ones to choose the teacher. Now, obviously things have been changing over time, and that includes education. So if we fast forward a bit, we see in 1965, the ESEA was set up. This is the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. It started as a way to support low-income children and was a way that schools would be funded federally and administered on the state level. In 1980, the Department of Education became a department. So education had control at the executive level of the government. With this, there is more control on how schools are run. In 1991, the National Education Goals Panel was set up. And the term was coined around this time, Standards-Based Education Goals. This panel was set up to watch and regulate the progress of education in our country. So, the Goals 2000 Competitive Grant was also set up in the 1990s. The government used this so that they could have the people try to reach certain standards that they had, and the motivation would be funds given to those local schools who won the competition. The ESEA in 2002 was changed to the No Child Left Behind Act. You have all probably heard of that. Included in this act are accountability, flexibility, research-based education, and parental involvement. This all happens with state standards and federal requirements. So having looked at the past and the present, here's an example of a schoolroom now. And here's an example of a schoolroom in early America. If you can see, it's a mother with her children by the fireplace at home. And this was very common. We probably all know from our reading and different things we've learned. And then here we see a teacher in a schoolhouse, in a schoolroom, with many children learning. So from looking at the past and the present, we've seen two ways of education in America. More local control and regulation, with a little bit of government regulation, or more state and federal control with a lot of government regulation. early America had its ways and today has its ways. Either way, it's a very important topic because the children will someday be in positions of leadership and running our society and being members of our society. The children are our future.